How's it going, everyone? Today is November 13th, 2019, and this is Thriving Bull's Trade of the Day. All right, good morning or good afternoon, wherever you guys are coming from. We are in a live trade right now at /NQ. We're looking at the US Tech 100 or the NASDAQ. We have 5 contracts on each side for the 82.49 and the 82.45. So pretty much an at the money. We took it around right here. So an at the money and then an out of the money contract. So let's go ahead and look into see why we took the trade. So as you can see here, we had this nice uptrend movement, and I'm going to go ahead and just kind of get the pin out so we can see it even more clearly. But we can see that the we've had somewhat of a nice trend, trend in the market right here. Let me see. Let me get this pin tool out. 1 second. All right, and even though we have this big trend in the market here, we're coming into value area low as resistance. And what we kind of waited for was kind of this touch here and then a pull down and then somewhat of a pull back up, and then we took right at that trade right there. And so we're going to go ahead and just kind of hold this trade and see what we can get out of the market. We have our pending orders ready and set. We do have this kind of oversold zone kind of working against us here. Let's go ahead and get a Fibonacci tool out and get from this swing low up to this swing high. And as you can see, we are at the 23.6 extension here, but we're kind of looking for price to come down into the 50 zone and have it there. But let's see what we can have. Let's go ahead and go back into NADEX and see what prices we're getting. We bought at 69.50. We're right about $10 per contract on this. We got this at 48, and we're roughly about $4 in profit on that contract as well. Sorry about that. So yeah, so we're getting close to for this market to kind of go into our favor here. And if price goes down into this level, roughly around into this level, we should be able to see some nice profit on this particular contract. And then if we get into roughly around, if NADEX's chart will work with me, if we get roughly around this area, then this contract here will probably become, then this contract here will become more in our favor. So it's just kind of a waiting game for this one in particular, but we're just going to kind of wait for price to come back and come back into our favor. It looks like price is wanting to kind of retest the highs here. But I don't think it's going to be able to make it. I think that we might see price come back up and to go into value area, but I think it's going to have to take some time in order to do that, because we have a lot of things that are working in our favor here. If we take a trend line and take a trend line all the way up here, you can see that price hit all of these zones all through here, breakout, here and here, here. I mean, it's obviously an obvious trend line. So we have price now is broken this trend line and it's wanting to retest it. So it's basically what it's going to have to happen here is that price is going to have to come and break here, maybe retest and then break there and then retest and then come into this area here. That's what we're kind of hoping for. Let's go back into NADEX since we see a price movement down. Now we're roughly about $14, $15 in profit on this one, and we're roughly about $6 to $7 in profit on this one. So we're just going to kind of wait this one out just to kind of see what happens. But we do have our pending orders. We have our pending orders for 34.75 and 24.25 on both of these positions here. So we're going to kind of wait that one out. And we still do have a 43 minutes until this expires. We have quite a bit of time, and as this gets close to expiry, if this had maybe 20 minutes left, these would be much more heavier in profit, and that's just because of the demand of the contract itself. So so we're just going to kind of wait this out, and hopefully we'll see some more pull down like we saw here, roughly right there. So that's what we're going to kind of hope for. Let's go and get back into the Thinkorswim chart and just see what we're seeing here. What we're going to have to see is just a pretty big breakout into the 23.6 extension. That's what we're going to have to see. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video, and then we're going to come back and see what happens when we return. All right, we've just broken the 23.6 extension. Let's go back into NADEX, see what kind of pricing we're getting now. Let's see, we're roughly at about, we need to have 34.75 on the 45 contract, 34.75. We're not quite there yet. We're about $20 in profit on this particular trade. I think we're going to go ahead and look at that one. And then the 48.25. So if we do this, we do 48 spot 25, divide that by 3, and then we multiply that by 2. This is what 2/3 of profit looks like, 2/3 of the full potential. So 32.16, and we're right at 30.25. 30.25 is where we're at. So let's go ahead and see what we're seeing here. I'm liking maybe closing the at the money position. So let's go ahead and just close out the 45 position. We got, let's see, 49, 45. Yeah, let's go ahead and close out the 45 position maybe. Let's see if we get maybe further of a pull down here. Looking like we're having some little bit of an indecision right there. So, and it's probably just because we have a lot of support and resistance there. So let's go ahead and just go back into NADEX. And let's go ahead and just close out the 49 because it's at 34.25, so we got it at 33.75. So pretty close to 2/3 profit on that one. 34.75, not too bad, not too bad. And then we're going to go ahead and kind of watch to maybe close this one out in profit as well. We're roughly about $18 and roughly about $18, $19 in profit on this particular trade. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can want to go ahead and close this one out too. But we want to see what Thinkorswim is telling us. It looks like it's wanting to re-break the 23.6. So what I can see happening here is that price has broken the 23.6, and then it's going to come back and maybe test the trend line and then come back and move further down to 50. But we don't really want that. We want to see a nice clean break and into heading down into new lows. New lows meaning this low here into new lows. So we did break into new lows, so that's a good thing. But we just kind of want to see some further confirmation of new lows here. So let's go ahead and go back to NADEX because we're seeing some further push down into Thinkorswim, just not yet reading on NADEX's charts. As you can see, big nice red candle here right there, but it's not showing up on NADEX. And it's somewhat showing up, but we see a fill. We see a nice fill on this one, but we're not seeing it on NADEX. So it's just how you get it on NADEX. It's just what happens. So I'm going to go ahead and just close this trade out as well. This is why it's important to just monitor your trades. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get a calculation on this, and then I'm going to come back. All right, and as you can see, I mean, price is still finally moving down, but I was happy with the profits that we made. So we got in at 69. This was our pretty much our full potential profit on this one. So if we subtract that by 100, this is what we spent was 30.50 on that particular trade. So we got out on that trade at 51.50. So 69.50 minus 51.50. So we got $18 worth of profit on that one. So multiply that by 5, we got about $90 in profit on that one, excluding your fees, so this would be 85. And then we spent 48.25 on the other one, on the at the money trade, and we got out of that trade at 34.75. 34.75. So 13, so times 5 plus 90, and then minus your contracts. So 147 bucks for the day. So not too bad, not too bad. This would have easily have paid for your and if you were to just divide that by 5, this is how much you would have made on the day. Basically a little $30. But with the 5 contracts, we made about 150 bucks after the fees. So yeah, so I mean, we definitely could have gotten into more profit, that's for sure, if we would have held longer, but you can't look at it that way. I mean, there was just too much time left for the trade, and it really wasn't giving me the price that I really wanted. And it may have just been because the market on this particular market is not open, so that could be a huge factor. is just because probably not many people are trading this market yet, because it's only 9:26 a.m. in Eastern Standard Time. So, I mean, we are seeing a little bit of a pull down here, and we definitely probably would have gotten in our prices around here, which is what we wanted. If we would have, let's see if we were to check at the moment, our 49 position would have definitely have been filled, and our 45 position would be about $10 away from. So we got out roughly around the same price for our 45 position. It's roughly, and that's what I mean, is that even though prices moved down, I mean roughly two whole pips here, price on the 45 position is not really going down, so it's not letting me sell it for a higher price, and that's what I kind of mean. And so really the biggest position that we had was our was our pretty much at the money trade that we had for the 49, and the 49 that would have pretty much been filled already, because that's selling for $24, and we had it at $24.25, so we would have been filled on that order. But as you can see now, we're having a bit of a pullback here, and what we'll probably see is we have about 3 minutes until the market opens. So what we might see is that price comes down into the 50 and maybe like spikes and then comes right back up. And so I think what's happening here is what you sometimes see happen is right before the pre-market open, you see a lot of these buyers coming in, and what they're doing is they're just trying to get ready for sellers, and then the sellers come in, and what we could possibly see happen is that these buyers, the morning open buyers, are getting their positions ready, and so they're getting their positions ready and just working this thing all the way down to a specific zone, and then you'll see maybe a spike up once market opens. But we hope that you enjoyed this trade. We hope that you guys enjoy these videos. If you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to comment in the comment section down below. And if you would like to try out our NADEX signals, you can go to thrivingbull.com. We also offer deviation levels, an auto trader with the full access package. So we offer a lot of things under the sun. We offer free NADEX courses that help you learn how to work NADEX, how to download thinkorswim, how to work thinkorswim, all of these things, and that's all for free. So again, the website is www.thrivingbull.com.